morning, moms. I'm so glad to see you. Last week of solar system and really kind of the last week of, we're planning on a packet next week, but it's going to be just fun summary things. So maybe our last instructional time. Anyway, I wanted to show you again the solar system and what it might look like when you finish. Make sure you save room at the end for the other planets. You can see how we drew little lines for orbits for the planets. You don't have to do that. And please have them be writing the names of their planets, copying the names of their planets. It's so good for them to do, to copy that printed word. And leave room for the gas giants at the end on your piece of blue paper, on your outer space. So this week, you'll have Jupiter. And what we did, once again, I just wrote what we do with it. You can copy it, not copy it, whatever y'all want to come with to do. And this is what our Jupiter, in the book, it talks about a big red storm. It's called the Great Red Spot. And then it specifically says what color the bands are. If you want to be that specific, if you want to watch the little video on the YouTube video about it, then you can. And here's where they can copy on their little white card, so they have a name for it. Saturn is going to look like this for you. And what we do for them is, before we give the rings to them, we go ahead and cut it out, the middle, because having them cut out the middle is really hard. And then they can cut the perimeter of the rings, the perimeter of the big yellow, and then we slide the big, pretend this is Saturn. Slide it like this, and a little glue on the back and a little glue underneath the rings like this. And so you've got Saturn, or however you want to do it. And we just had them paint with black watercolor the black stripes. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus. In the book, it talks about the pink spots or the clouds. So we had them color with a crayon pink spots and then just used yellow chalk to do Uranus. On its side, a rubbing kind of, and then Neptune, we had them do some clouds, some pink things, and then we put it in a shoebox with marbles that had white paint, and then they did the shoebox like this. You know, anything that you can roll across it if you want to, and so it made it was just a different way to another medium for them to do and explore with. But once again, it's whatever you have, whatever you want to do. And then Pluto, our dwarf planet, which we just can't quite give up yet. We had them cut it out and then crumple a piece of paper and then dab it in paint and then dab it. We did that on one of the earlier ones. Just dab some paint on it. So a different way for them to transfer paint versus a brush. So that made it kind of fun for them. And that will finish. We also are sending y'all some stars in your Ziploc. So after they put it all together, they can choose place to put stars. They can draw stars. If you remind them how to make an X and then divide it in half, they can make stars that way. They can draw rocket ships, they can draw aliens. You know, they enjoy decorating their solar system when they're done. And that's fun for them too. Miss Stone, this is a little book that's a repetitive reading book that we're sending for you. It's good for them to practice the left to right progression and to make themselves feel good about being able to read a book. And so it's repetitive. I see in space. And I see the sun. And have them read it to you and point, or have them point to each word and talk about the division between the words, how a sentence starts with a capital or ends with a period. You know, just to give them an opportunity to practice that left to right. I see the moon and the moon. Anyway, that's our goal, is for them to color it and then read it with you at first and then read it for you. Just looking for those patterns. We're also sending you a word family, another word family. This week we got smart and copied it front and back. So page 1, page 2, they're already on the right thing. So it'll be a 4-page book instead of an 8-page book if you want to turn it into a book. And this is the word family, it. And different, and once again, an opportunity for them to write, not something they need to master reading these words, but gives them an opportunity to get the hang of it, or if you want to, save it for later in the summer. And I'm sorry to say this, we can't do our special Mom's Day gift because they're not here with us, but this is a card we usually made, and it's really fun because we would ask them questions about you as a mom. My mom looks very pretty when, and they would fill in the blank. So if you can ask your sweet, and it was always turned out so sweet, and then down at the bottom they would write love and their name, and we would write the year for them. And the answers to the questions just turned out really sweet and something that I as a mom would want to save to see what they thought about when they were 4 to 5 years old. So if Dad will help him do it, that would be so fun. It's something that he can't buy because it's coming from their little brains. So I'm sorry we couldn't do it here. It breaks my heart, but I hope that y'all can enjoy that. And I hope that the solar system is meaningful to you, to them, and helpful to you. So have a good week, and I hope that we will see you sometime. I know that if y'all have grocery bags, handled grocery bags, Miss Pinnell is talking about doing, I think she's tentatively thought May 21st, a reverse parade where y'all come through and we can give you the stuff we need to give you. She's waiting until May 21st because the yearbooks are supposed to be here the 20th, and she'd like it to be a one trip for you guys. So if you have grocery bags with handles, when you come pick up your packet, if you could bring those grocery bags and just put them under the table, that would be super, because we will use them for a bag for each of them. Sorry, that says grocery bags. That was my reminder note. So enjoy the solar system, and we love you, and we're thinking about you often. Bye.